Greetings and welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. How's everything sounding today? I have a new microphone stand over here. So I'm just kind of still getting the placement done. If I inch it just a bit more this way, it'll be in the side of the camera. And I don't want to get it just out of view there. Oh, just out of view. Just out of view. Just out of view. Oh, there it is. That's good. All right, so hopefully we sound all right. Greetings, everybody. It is halfway through December, almost halfway. It's a third of the way through December, I guess. So there you go. Dan Hillman, greetings. It's a cold shot, similar in general concept, duration, and effectiveness to the flu shot, albeit with a booster, no long-term trials. I guess you guys were maybe talking about the vaccine prior to the show starting. I don't know. Let's get RT59XT. There you go. Linux Math Guy. Hello there. Greetings. Not Gary. How's it going there? Greetings, Moonbase Alpha Grays. Take me to your leaders. Miura, thank you very much for that super chat. I have actually used... that's a close-up on something. What is that? Ew. Anyway... Yeah, I am doing some office upgrades, so we're actually going to be taking a little bit of time out here. I think next week, where's my calendar at real quick? I'm still trying to figure out exactly what my scheduling is going to be. I think we will probably do a Distro Wars on Wednesday, and we'll do the supporter stream and the live stream, and then after that, we're not going to do any more of the... Distro Wars for about 2 or 3 weeks, I think. I think we might pick Distro Wars back up on the 6th. We will have, let's see, we'll do the 17th. We'll take 24th off of supporter stream because that's Christmas Eve. And then 31st, we may take off supporter stream. I don't know yet. Not making any commitments on that. But that whole week, we'll be doing some office upgrades. I'm going to move some things around. You guys on any of the supporter networks, Patreon, Subscribestar, or Think Life Media, I'm going to post a few images and things like that. So we'll go ahead and do that as we're building it, and I'll detail that. But yeah, I spent about another $150 or so on getting some various office upgrades that will help to get the office going. So we'll see how that works. Hopefully it works out good. Joseph, how's it going there? Looks like LXLE is a great looking LXDE distro. Caters towards the oldies. All right. Mike Hunt from Vietnam. Hello, how's it going there? Good evening from Columbus, Ohio. Ooh, I think we have a couple people from Columbus watching. Braylon McCallis, how's it going there? Greetings to you. Hello from my now very sluggish Arch Linux, hoping for another Mesa update soon. Yeah, Mesa is actually what killed my Pine tab. I was able to get it back. I was able to just swap the Mesas over to a different Mesa version, and that's the case. Oh yeah, I did not turn the chat on the stream yet. Sorry about that, folks. There's the chat. Turn the chat on now. Dan Hillman, thank you for that super chat. Awesome. Another dollar towards the office upgrades. Yeah, I got. I don't even want to talk about what I got yet. I don't want to talk about what I got. I don't want to talk about what I'm going to do. That's for the supporters, absolutely. Although you guys, if you guys want in on it, I'll let you know. You guys are super chatting, so I'll let you guys in on some too. Let's see. Got out of the shower, still waiting for my hair to dry, so I'm wearing earbuds rather than my over ears. Feels kind of weird. Yeah, I used to live out west in a desert. Nothing greater living in a desert. You take a shower, and in 3 minutes, you feel completely dry. It's amazing. I hate this humidity in Pennsylvania where you're just like, you get out and you feel wet for like an hour and a half. Installed Mint on the MacBook today. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I'm not upgrading my Mac at all. I'm just going to let it sit and be an old Mac for a while. There you go. All right. Should we go ahead and dive on into the news? Let's go ahead and get started. Because we do have... I'm actually going to release 3 videos this week. We're going to do privacy, and then I have 4 securities. We're going to do business, and I have 3 smarts, and then we're going to do Sillyville as a separate standalone. And so, oh, you've not updated since Tuesday. Looks like you've not installed yet. I think I might just skip updates on Arch this weekend. I'll skip updates on Arch this weekend. I'll update next weekend. Hopefully. Maybe. If it completely dies, I guess I'll just throw Gen 2 on it or something. I don't know. But anyway. Switch when Peppermint 11 came out. Not too long to release. There you go. So humid in Columbus, I get in the shower to dry off. Oh, I know. Yeah. I used to live up in the Erie area. I want to talk about humidity. My Lord. That's just like humid zone. All right. Let's get started with our privacy stuff. Also, guys, just an FYI, I'll mention it here. I'll mention it again later in the show. No talk about the CentOS today. Tomorrow's noon video is all CentOS. So we're going to talk about the CentOS, particularly from the perspective of a server worker, since I work in web servers and stuff like that. I'll talk about a little bit of that stuff. So we'll get into that, and that's not going to be in the Weekly News Roundup today because that will be all of the video tomorrow, which unfortunately tomorrow I may not be able to watch it with you guys when it premieres live. But I will see. I was expecting some of my office upgrades to come in today, and they were delayed, and that means I have to make it to the post office before they close right at noon. But if I'm too early, I'll be too early to get packages that arrive, so we'll figure it out. All right, what is my... What is my affiliate? That is my affiliate today. All right, I'll also be talking about the up-and-coming Rocky. Yes, that's all in the CentOS video. So we're going to be covering CentOS, cPanels, and Rocky Linux. That will be tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So basically noon tomorrow. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the privacy news. After I get the coof out. And take one more sip of tea. French vanilla tea, by the way. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the privacy edition with a couple of articles in security we are going to put at the very end of the video as well. And what we're going to do here is just kind of look at the latest in the privacy. Now, I have to say, guys, I started this week, I had about 100 articles, and I had to whittle down to the best. So a little bit longer, but hopefully it will be worth it. Although I think some of these we can get through pretty quick. Let's go ahead and dive on in. This is actually an update story. So if you remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we covered the military was grabbing apps. Mostly it was looking like a lot of apps. It was targeting apps that Muslims tend to use. So Quran apps, prayer reminder apps, things like that. In addition to a few other things. No word if they were in like the Christian Bible apps like we might use. If you're a Christian, though, on Android, use And Bible. Definitely better. No privacy breaches over there. But nevertheless, it turns out that there was pretty much one tracker that the military was using, and that's called the X mode tracker. And this week, both Apple and Google are banning X mode tracker systems in all of their apps, and they're being pretty stinking forceful about it. They're like, you got to remove them. You only have a few days to do it, and if you don't remove those, we're banning your app. So this is actually good news in the terms of privacy, guys, particularly for you Muslims that are using the Quran apps or the prayer reminder apps, anything with X mode in it. This is good because, yeah, we really don't actually need the military tracking people based upon the Android and the Apple apps. But this is also a very good reason to not necessarily utilize such things. This one here was a hit and miss. I had to stare at this and go, Brave, but Brave, what the hell are you doing? Because this is Brave browser. They're launching a privacy-friendly newsreader. Basically, summarized, this is Pocket for Brave. If you've been annoyed on Firefox with the Pocket crap, and you're like, I'm not really interested, yeah, this is basically Pocket for Brave. They've developed a system that, yeah, allegedly doesn't do any tracking, but hey, they're going to annoy you with articles that it thinks you want to see. So way for Brave, putting AI and your own personal preferences in your face right at you. Was anybody out there asking for this nonsense? Literally, was anybody asking for this nonsense? It is private, but it is annoying. The idea, just like Pocket, it will have some degree of information about you, and it's going to collect this data and keep it allegedly on the browser. I haven't seen anything to that. And then what's going to happen is it's going to go in, oh God, S3 buckets are involved. Or it's going to leak data all over the internet. These leaky S3 colanders from AWS are going to be leaking our data all over. I can see it now, but anyway. They're grabbing, basically they pull in a whole ton of news article feeds, they send it to your system, and then your browser on your system is going to sort out with AI what you might like to see and show you the things you might like to see. Okay, there's a couple issues with this. Number one, I didn't ask for this. I'm perfectly capable of searching for the news articles I kind of want to see without you. 3, do we really need to utilize my extra system processes to do this nonsense that nobody's asking for? But hey, at least allegedly, it's not going to be sending forth our data. But what do you guys think about this? Is this a good thing, or is this just, my lord, I've gotten rid of Pocket, now I got to get rid of the same nonsense on Brave? All right, good feeling news gone, because Nintendo, anyone out there with a Switch, Nintendo Switch out there, they just pushed this update and it automatically opted you into all data sharing, even if you had previously opted out. Isn't that so nice of Nintendo? I mean, come on, guys, they need to get a better user experience. And what better user experience could you possibly get than to opt you into data collection that you have already opted out of simply because they forced an update to your device? Thank you, Nintendo. I really wanted this breach of my data. Basically, all it does is it opts your system into sharing data with Google Analytics, which, yeah, by the way, can actually track down exactly whom you are. But nevertheless, it does talk about it. It's not like bad data collection type stuff, but it is analytics, mostly about what type of websites you're visiting with the browser. I guess that's the way it's working. I don't know. I've never touched a Nintendo Switch. I'm not actually sure I've ever seen a Nintendo Switch. I don't know. Maybe I'm deprived or something. I don't know. You can opt out of it going to the home menu, go to Switch's eShop. Great, you got to go to the shop to opt out. How exciting. Select your profile, scroll through the options until you see Google Analytics preferences near the bottom, and change the setting to do not share. Again, if you have a Nintendo Switch, it automatically opted you in when the update came. Yay for Nintendo. Google, they're getting creepier. They want to let you speak with your eyes. So they're working on an app that is going to utilize the cameras and other sensors, and they're going to track your eyes around. And the idea is to allow you to make selections with your eyes. Yeah, that's creepy as hell. Android app is designed to make communication easier for people with motor and speech impairments, and it is also designed to start tracking everything you do and have a complete knowledge about what and where you're looking on the screen. Guys, these are all pitched to you as great ideas, and they're really not. They are really not. All right, so new experimental application on Android aims to make communication easier for people with speech and motor impairments and to steal the data for the rest of us. Announced today, the Look to Speak app lets users choose pre-selected phrases on their phone with their eyes. Only available to anyone. It is available to anyone and is compatible with Android 9 and above, including Android 1. One Android to rule them all, guys. Richard Cave, highly specialist speech and language therapist at Google, works with people who have speech and motor impairments, especially people who are nonverbal and need assistance communicating. It's more than a job for me. It's a passion to steal everybody's looks. Good looks you got there. I'd like to steal those. Cave said in a blog post announcing the app, "Every day I strive to help people find easier, more accessible ways to express everyday needs, opinions, feelings, identity, and to steal more of their data." So yeah, you can have a look at the video there. It's in the show notes if you want to watch the video and see what is going on through that. Wow, we're only halfway through the news now. Gotta speed this up. The feds logged website visitors in 2019, citing the Patriot Act. So privacy-minded folks were a little bit mad about this, but basically they're like, hey, we think somebody's doing something bad. So they accessed website logs for a lot of different websites and just did a bunch of blanket collecting all sorts of data. Oh, don't worry, we're going to get rid of the data that we don't really need. So don't worry about any of that. It's all fine. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So they said on, let's see, what now? The Patriot Act, including Section 215, was first adopted in October 2001, wake of the bad stuff in New York City. Section 215 specifically allows the FBI to obtain an order from a secret court known as FISA, Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, to collect any record it deems not relevant to national security investigation. This particular provision of the law rocketed to visibility after that evil Edward Snowden made his infamous leaks way back in 2013 that the courts have ruled on and said were unconstitutional for the government to be doing this kind of stuff. Didn't take a rocket scientist to put that one together. But they were utilizing the Patriot Act to scoop up website data, see who's looking at which websites and things like that. So, you know, and those were just recently extended, by the way. Yeah, by the way, if you think that, you know, our new possible incoming administration happens to be integrated and going to get rid of that stuff, oh no, they're going to double down on it, boys. They're going to double down on it. They're going to make it worse. It's going to be glorious. All right. In the categorized under the pot calling the kettle black, WhatsApp complains Apple's privacy nutrition labels should apply to pre-installed apps too. They're like, but you're stealing data too. Don't label our stuff, you're stealing data too, which they have a valid point. So this is, of course, the new privacy nutrition label. You know, same stuff that Google's been doing for a while, is put on there so when you download an app, you can have the ability to see what type of data an app is collecting. And WhatsApp's coming down saying, hey, Apple comes pre-installed with a whole lot of things, which have a whole lot of these trackers, and they're not allowed or they're not required to disclose theirs, but they're going to disclose everybody else's problems instead. That's one of the things that they are talking about. So they complained about it. So it gives us information. So it's very similar to what Google does. Data linked to you. The following data may be collected and linked to your account's devices or identity. Financial info. Hey, that's all I need, right? Contacts, browsing history, location, purchase. You ever hear the case where some people, I think Facebook does this in a way, where they will up or down regulate you based upon the credit scores of your close contacts. Very interesting stuff. Data used to track you. Like, okay, you read the screen. Is anybody like, I really want to give up my financial data to play like, you know, Candy Crush or something goofy like that. I don't know. Just made that up, by the way. But anyway, they are saying that all of these things, people should have to accept this on the Apple devices and be able to say, you know what? I don't want that. I do not agree to that type of data collection. I would like that app off of my phone. But they don't really have the choice, and that's kind of what we're getting at with that. The Chinese tech giant tested facial recognition software to alert authority to, I might get the word pronounced, is it Uyghurs? Basically Muslims, Arabi peoples, basically what that means to my understanding. I had to look that word up. I don't know. I'm like, what the heck is that? Apparently it's Muslims. So they're using Face ID that they, if I'm going to call it an Uyghur, that might be wrong, okay? It's going to be wrong. I can't pronounce it. You get put that many letters together. I don't know. I'll call it the Uyghur. Okay, the Uyghur alarm alerts government authorities if they happen to spot one of them bad people in the crowd. It's like, go harvest his organs! Okay, I mean, really, this is insane. Company began working with facial recognition startup Megevi in 2018 to test the artificial intelligence software that could scan faces in a crowd and give estimates regarding their ethnicity, age, and sex, according to documents exclusively obtained by the highly integrated Washington Post. However, if the software detected a an Arab, let's do that. It could trigger an alarm that would be sent to local authorities, according to the report. System uses a number of facial photos to detect any patterns that would differentiate them from the Han majority. I guess it's a very specific form. The Washington Post reported. Founder of IPVM, a Pennsylvania... Oh, God, they're in my state. Oh, Lordy. All right. A Pennsylvania-based company that reviews video surveillance equipment said the document showed a frightening reality. This is not one isolated company, he said. A lot of thought went into making sure this alarm works, right? That's not good. Guys, I mean, it's not good for any country to start doing anything like this, guys. Really, this is insane. Oh boy, and the news is just getting crazier from here. Australia's spy agencies have been caught collecting COVID-19 app data. You guys that have been forced to utilize your COVID-19 stuff, yeah, these spies are now watching you. So yeah, if any of my down under friends are on, gotta be careful. The spy might come by and snuff you out. But yeah, the intelligence agency's been caught. It was incidental. Guys, it wasn't intentional. It was incidental. It just happened to get caught up in all the other stuff we were collecting and harvesting. We promised we're going to delete it within a few days-ish. Week, month, year, 5 years maybe? I don't know. We'll get rid of it maybe. Maybe. So they were caught incidentally collecting data from the COVID-safe contact tracing app. Guys, don't use these apps. Don't use these apps. Report published Monday by the Australian Government Inspector General for the Intelligence Community, which oversees government spy and eavesdropping agencies. Oh, you have a government inspector general to oversight the spies and eavesdropping. This is just not looking good. The app data was scooped up in the course of lawful collection of other data. Yeah, no word what that data was. But the watchdog said there was no evidence that any agent decrypted, accessed, or used any COVID app data. Oh, you think they're going to tell you? Oh, my Lord. So, yeah, incidental collection is a common term used by spies to describe data that was not deliberately targeted. It was just kind of scooped up in the mess, I mean, hey, if you ever go shrimp fishing, you're going to catch a lot of other stuff in them nets, too. I mean, you dump those shrimp on there, and some crabs are going to walk off. It's just incidental. You weren't targeting the crabs. You just got them anyway. All right? I mean, really. But there you have it. And on to our final story, which is kind of another update, and this is actually some interesting news. So in the wake of all of these nonsense, everybody do your schooling at home, all sorts of universities are now forcing, and younger ones too, and this kid here looks to be, I don't know, about 10 or something, on the screen from this article, they're required to utilize these third-party services. And it's like the same thing with the school districts forcing you to use a Google account with your education. Can you now compel me? Like, I am compelled to go to school. It is against the law to go to school. In fact, Kamala Harris, the person that we had allegedly elected as the vice president of the country, sent people to jail for not going to school. You do realize that's the tyrant we possibly put in office, right? But regardless, all right, you are compelled to go to school. So the school says, well, you have to get a Google account. Well, what if I don't agree to the terms and services of that Google account? Well, the Google account is nothing compared to these proctoring sites. And Proctor used the biggest one, and there's a few other ones. Now, we talked about how creepy these were about a month or two ago. And then about a month ago, we reported that one of them, all of the data leaked. All of their photo IDs, in containing all their addresses, all their payment records, all their emails, everything about them, all of it leaked out to hackers. 500,000 students had their data breached because of these things. So, EPIC, so the Electronic Privacy Information Center, has filed a complaint with the DC Attorney General's office against 5 online test proctoring services. Respondus, ProctorU, Proctorio, that sounds like a butt exam, Examity, and Honor Lock. Apparently, there is no honor roll over here. Epic claims that the firms violate the privacy rights of students. And this was what my argument is. You sign up for these things. You literally have to give them all this information. Of course, you have to pay them. Even though you're already paying an exorbitant amount for your education, you still got to pay for this service. I guess some universities include the account for free. But then you got to get in there. You got to show them, send them photocopies of your ID. And then you have to get on with these cameras and you have to show them copies of your photo ID so that some, third world hacker in a tent somewhere can watch you with the camera while you take a test. You show them your photo ID, you got to pick up the camera and show them your whole desk, and then some of these are utilizing AI to determine, oh, your face shouldn't quite look like that. We think you're cheating. The AI is making decisions about what it thinks you may or may not be doing. Whatever happened to, I need to take an exam. Let's go to my church and have my pastor proctor it. Or, anywhere. Like, there's a lot of other options that we have. Kids like this, sure. You know what? There is no reason under the sun that this kid's parent cannot properly proctor him while he takes a test. For the love. All right. And so the methods they're saying they're using secret algorithms, unfair and deceptive trade practices. They're saying it's collecting massive amounts of sensitive personal information, including biometric data. It's unjustified, excessive, and harmful to students who have no meaningful opportunity to opt out of such systems. Forcibly collecting personal information from test takers, including sensitive biometric data, is inherently invasive. And I completely agree. They sent letters to the 5 groups to make them aware of it. But this is the thing, you go to school. The school should provide all of these services as part of the fee you're doing for your education. If they can't, we need to compel the school to provide this information as part of education. There's no earthly reason under the sun any of these companies should exist and collect the type of data that they are collecting. There's no reason some third world country weirdo in a tent has to watch my 10-year-old take a test. What's he doing there? Is he tubing it the whole time? That's creepy. That's creepy. All right, well, what's not creepy? If you would like to help support the channel, you're into doing some server type stuff, you can use my affiliate code for Linode to get $100 in credit to use over 2 months, 60 days of that. You can play around with various server technologies. I do have a video on the channel about creating a VPN with Linode. I have another one about creating a Nextcloud account with Linode, and then we have a few other ones out there as well. So you can go ahead and utilize Linode. Try out a lot of different things, and frankly, really good services. I've been really happy with them since I've been using the Jitsi services. I'm testing IcePeak and Fig. I have a Cirex search engine we're testing out. A lot of fun things. So go ahead and use that Linode credit there if you are interested in testing out Linode. Well, let's get over and talk about a couple of security articles next. All right, let's check in on comments. I see Discord's over here blowing up on me, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Uyghurs. All right. Let's see. Hello, world. Hello, everybody. Colorado, gonna be snowing more this week. Yeah, here in California in December, there's no snow. Yeah. Gonna turn to Firefox. Yeah, Brave is open source. Fun fact. Today I learned I'd rather an app be annoying than steal my data. I have a Nintendo Switch Lite. I hate Nintendo. There you go. Matrix is looking much better than Discord. Yeah, Discord is kind of a privacy hog. I'm not a huge fan of it. Let's see. There's no browser on Switch technically. I don't know what it is. Yeah. So for Discord, I'm just going to make a matrix bridge. All right. If there's enough of that, I'll conscript Pizza into making a net bridge for us. Rules for me, not for Facebook. Yeah, try because of Pizza. It's as good as Discord. Okay, for Telegram, for one-channel chats. Overall, Discord is the single best option for chat. Privacy isn't all too bad. Let's see. My mom have to force to use this California garbage Contact 19, but I'm using Android. I think it was the newest iOS update. Oh man, therefore I didn't hear anybody who's forced in California to get the contact tracing. Heard the leg bracelet on Biden is covering a tracker bracelet. Just a rumor though. Yeah, I heard that, but I'm pretty sure it's a false rumor. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing ever changes in the political world. All right, let's go ahead and check out where we are over here. Okay, I've not updated since Tuesday. Looks like I've a lot installed. Yeah, I'll hold off on Arch updates for a little bit. Proctor use spyware. Yep. I'm gonna say CentOS. I would say it's CentOS. Yeah, CentOS is generally. Proctologist, also known as colon and rectal surgeon. No. This is far worse, although they screw you just as much. Let's see. Arch Linux has a bad light locker package. Roll it back to be able to lock and unlock. On Google Chromium. Yeah, there's. I should play around with on Google Chromium. That would be a good one to look at. Install Mint and it just felt wrong. Frankly, it just as buggy as I went back to time shift. There you go. Arch is cool to use as a noob too. Long have had another distro dual booted and ready to go just in case it breaks. Yep. Speech and language therapist. Yeah. Did benchmark Arch against Mint. Yes, Arch did about 5 more FPS in the heavens. Valley and superposition demos with fully installed Mint, that is. Hello, Anna Rita. Greetings. It's out that I actually installed the buggy Mesa update on Tuesday. A new Mesa update popped up today. Did an emergency update. All right. New folders to the desktop. Took forever. Let's see. Test proctoring, so they will be good little Marxist drones when they grow up. That's right. Monitor my system very closely during the next several days. Yep, time should let me restore over my backup. I'd do it, but for some reason it won't. Uh-oh. AI proctoring sounds as bad as proctology, if it's not the same thing. Problem is, even if they aren't telling the school, they will not allow, and the school says it must have, therefore, for the parent to do the system sucks. Yeah, I mean, that's why we need to be like, you know what? At that point in time, he's got to take it to court. You be like, okay, no, I don't agree to the terms of service for my child. There's nebulous terms of service. They're collecting exorbitant amounts of data. I do not agree with it. School system, give me another option. Privacy annoying, I choose annoying. There you go. Using LibreWolf as a browser and laptop. Quite like it. Yeah, LibreWolf, I've been using LibreWolf a little bit on Arch, and it really works well. Apple is annoying. Is annoying you if you don't use contact tracing. Notification every 2 hours? I'd be playing baseball with that thing. I don't care what it costs. Wow. Wipe the phone and do not create a new one. That's exciting. All right, what do we got? We got a couple of securities. These will probably take just a few minutes here. First up in security, radio proximity exploit can quietly take over an entire iPhone without knowing it. This guy's like, there's something beautifully haunting about watching these iPhones die as they get a Wi-Fi broadcast packet of death. Basically, you could be sitting there with Wi-Fi on if it's scanning for wireless, and the hacker can come over here and just basically brick your phone. he has a video here talking about it. Let's see, using about $100 worth of equipment, including a Raspberry Pi and some other off-the-shelf Wi-Fi adapters. Project Zero researcher Ian Beer, nice name, developed an exploit that can hijack an iPhone over Wi-Fi without the phone even being connected to a network. Attack requires no interaction on part of the victim. So yeah, that'd be a fun thing to do, right? Go to the Starbucks. I'll blend in nicely with my little Mac here over at a Starbucks, and I'll just have my little Wi-Fi, little Raspberry Pi in the middle. I'll just be over there bricking everybody's iPhones. Serves you right for using an iPhone. Be like, yeah, what's going on? Fortunately, there's a Verizon store right next door. I'll cause a mass rush over there. I'll invest a little bit in Verizon before I do it, you know. Oh, no, I'm kidding. Disavow. So he actually has nice videos here about breaking all these iPhones with some basic equipment. Yeah, baby. So there you have it. Kind of fun. Be careful out there. Be careful out there. GE embeds the default password in radiology devices, leaving healthcare networks exposed. Oh boy, we get some bad tech here. That's for sure. So radiology products from GE Healthcare contain critical vulnerability that threatens the networks of hospitals and other healthcare providers use devices, officials from the U.S. government and a privacy security firm said on Tuesday. Statement they wrote, we are not aware of any unauthorized access to the data, but, you know, it's probably going to happen because, you know, it's all just right there. Oh boy, that's exciting. Devices included, you guys work in hospitals. Let me read these really quick for you guys listening on just not paying attention to the screen. Advantage Workstation Server Optima, Innova, Lightspeed Pro 16, Lightspeed RT 16, Brightspeed Discovery and Optima Revolution Evo, Revolution Frontier, Discovery IQ, Odyssey, Discovery, Acceleris, Signa HDXT 3.0T, Bravo 355/Optima 360, Senu 2000D DS Essential, Senograph, Pristina, Definio, Brivio, and Discovery, LogiQ, I guess, Evolution. And if you have any of those, make sure that they are not accessible to an internet connection. There you have it. This one here I wanted to cover. This is an example of where the Supreme Court we talked about last week is taking up a case to finally look at the hacking laws. And this is going to be one of the things affected by that. So Florida's justification for raiding COVID data whistleblower Rebecca Jones is looking a little shaky. Now, I completely disagree with this lady, and the allegement is that Florida wants to open up, and she's like, Florida's hiding the numbers to make it look not bad. Dude, the CDC is very clear. It's not bad, okay? The research is pretty clear. It's not bad. This lady's just like, the world's gonna end! She's Chicken Little running around, and the government said, go away. And so she continued to do her own work, her own blogs, her own whatever, and that's perfectly okay. I fully endorse the free speech aspect of what she's doing. And they raided her house and pointed guns at her and her family and all this kind of stuff They say with guns drawn. Well, they were actually knocking on the door for like 20 minutes and she refused to come to the door. When you refuse to come to the door for the police with a search warrant, they do kick in your doors and come in with guns. Just an FYI. But at the core problem of this, they're saying she hacked into the state system. Where this actually has anything to do with where it's interesting with that Supreme Court case, it turns out that the system is a public database, which is simply password protected, but the password is also publicly available. So she used publicly available information to enter a password into a database, and she got the Gestapo coming in her door on her. Now, again, I disagree with what she says, but there's no earthly reason under the sun that she should stop her from doing this. If you do not want your database accessed, don't put the password for your database on the internet. Just a thought. Just a thought. So hopefully this case goes nowhere and she can get on back to her blogging and whatever else, because, hey, I'm okay with that. Whatever. And finally, Cloudflare, Apple, and others back a new way to make the internet more private. I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. So this is an extension onto DOH, DNS over HTTPS, which I argue is a bad thing. It's going to be one of the worst things we ever see from the internet because they're going to start embedding this into IoT devices. And when this happens, you have no control on any IoT device in your network. When they start embedding this into IoT devices, you cannot have any control over it. It will bypass whatever you put in the way. It will be prevented from anything. It's basically, this is kind of what Amazon is doing with their Sidewalk project. They're having this network that you can't control, which is going through your wireless network, borrowing all your data against your data caps, we might say. What they're doing, though, is they're adding an O in front, so it's obfuscated, whatever that word is. You guys know what word I'm talking about. I just can't seem to say it these days. Obfuscated, there you go. DNS over HTTPS. It actually works fairly well. It's basically Tor for DOS, or DNS, which is kind of cool. So you have your, where are we at? Oh, there we are. I was like, something's goofy here. So we have our client over here, and the client is going to shoot an HTTP request for the DNS over a proxy. The proxy is then going to send it to the example through the DNS server. And so we end up with this proxy sitting in between. It's effectively the same way Tor works, where the person resolving the DNS, in this case Cloudflare or Quad9, whoever else is running the DNS over HTTPS, they can't actually go back and see who is making the request. This is a good thing. This is in ways a good thing. I still argue DNS over HTTPS is a bad thing for the future of the internet. This is why I am completely against Firefox pushing it down the throats of people unless you catch it that very first time and turn it off. Fortunately, I believe you can kill it in a policy change, but that's yet to be seen entirely. So the idea actually works pretty well. It does actually provide a fair amount of protection. It is actually going to help out in that respect. So putting this extra layer of protection is good. To be able to do this without DNS over HTTPS would probably be a little bit better. That's going to be more complicated. So if you can host your own DNS over HTTPS on your own server and utilize this on your own server, your own network, where you have control over it, that's all the better. But when you start embedding IoT devices with DOH, we are going to see bad things happen. If you think botnets are out of control now, you just wait until they start embedding DNS over HTTPS in the IoT devices. That's going to be insane. Well, we'll end up here. If you'd like to help support the channel with Subscribestar, you can head on over to subscribestar.com/switchedtolinux. You can help support the channel over there. And with that, we'll go ahead and leave this one here. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Alrighty, let's do that. Let's see, switch from Mesa 2301 to 2302 Tuesday. Had the issue with creating files on the desktop until you updated to 03. All right, so it looks like maybe this stuff is fixed, so maybe I could update Arch this weekend? I don't know. You guys let me know. How hectic should my weekend be? Should I try and upgrade Arch or not? Step out briefly again. Updated the Hypnotics AUR. Ooh. They can be hacked. My wife said, too bad we cannot hack our spouses. Hey, you know, just wait a little bit. Bluetooth can be used as a mesh network, ripping off data any device connected to and sent to the government server farm. Yeah. That's why I do not enable Bluetooth unless I'm like, I'll turn it on if I'm specifically using something. CDC admits there's no isolate of C19. Measure the microwaves from my wireless mouse with a radio frequency meter, and it's not at a safe level. That's frightening. Wi-Fi snooping is easy for only you need to access apps for Wi-Fi. This employee, they never locked her out. She was a CV report maintainer. Yeah, I did say she was an employee. She was an employee, they fired her. But the database, the passwords were all public information. So she is saying she hacked, but no, she is not saying she hacked. The government got a warrant saying she hacked into the computers. All she did is logged in with a publicly available password. When do we discuss galactic politics? I'm concerned about that. In the Sillyville. Galactic politics is coming, guys. Stay tuned. Yes, galactic politics is coming. We were visited by intergalactic guys, and CJ has given me a little bit of authority to talk about it a little bit. I was in on this deal, guys. I am a reptilian alien, if you have forgotten. I'm in on this, all right? Let's see. My plug-in, I get rid of my plug-in IoT devices except the router. And sometimes you explain nerdy things. I'm lost. My wife loves it. Talking nerdy again. Yes, I can have a cookie. There you go. Have a cookie. If I start talking nerdy, you can have a cookie. All right. Let's see. Two-fact coronavirus. Average fatality rate, about 2% according to the pure numbers. Percent of healthy adults who suffer permanent issues, 20%. No, healthy individuals who suffer permanent health issues, 20%? No. Sorry, no information on that. I do follow the coronavirus numbers, including the medical research. Okay, well, the reason coronavirus is the #1 killer for beating heart disease is because all the people who died of heart attacks were listed as COVID deaths. There's reasons for this, Kay. It is very easy to manipulate the statistics. That's why you actually have to look at the science on stuff. Yeah. No, coronavirus kills the average age a person. Coronavirus kills is over the average age of a lifespan of an American. Turn you into a cat. CJ's rejected your claim, dude. Sorry. I tried. I tried to go to the bat for you, man. It just didn't happen. Didn't go to the hat. Just didn't happen, man. What is my affiliate here? Oh, there it is. It's so hard to find the affiliate when I use that one. All right, there we go. There we go. All right. Get the coof out. Right, kitty cat? Get the coof out? You gotta get the coof out? No, you gotta stay down there. I'm about ready to start a new section. You gotta stay down there. Just lay down. Lay down. Lay down. All right. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business edition. These recorded live 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you'd like to catch the show live. We'll be covering business news and just a little bit of smart news at the end of this section here. So let's go ahead and dive on in with our business news. First couple Linuxy, Fossy type things. GIMP turns 25. Yay! No word if they got that stupid mask off the dog yet. But nevertheless, GIMP has turned 25, and it says it's going to carry on being the FOSS, not Photoshop. GIMP is an excellent application if you have not used it. Just wanted to mention that really quickly. Let's move on. Next great news, PinePhone KDE Community Edition is now available for pre-order. Not sure if there's any left on pre-order. Usually Pine supplies run out pretty quick, but at least as of a couple days ago, you could get this. I actually really like what the plasma looks like on the Pine tab. The auto rotate just doesn't, any rotate doesn't work. I don't think I can manually rotate the screen either. I'll have to look into that, but I actually want to play with the plasma a little bit more. I do like the look of it more than Posh. I like how it works a little bit better than Posh. So you can head on over there and see if there's any of those left. They said, let's see, a couple weeks ago. So I don't know, they might be sold out, but we'll see. That would actually be a neat phone to play around with. I think Pizza does some update stuff for them, so you can go ahead and have a look at his channel. And into the new stuff, Aptera is back with a new electric vehicle. Says it doesn't even need charging. Basically, it's solar. Now, it looks like the ugliest piece of crap I've ever seen in my life. Like, what the hell am I looking at? I'm pretty sure, guys, this is the card that the galactic aliens came in on when they came to Earth. All right? The galactic aliens came in with this thing right here. It is a solar-powered car, fairly small. It has, I think, only 3 wheels. Why are we different? Because we are, apparently. But you can see there's a lot of solar panels on it, so works pretty well with solar, I guess. It just looks like a spaceship for some reason. But nevertheless, you do have an electric vehicle that does not need a charge, goes for about 1,000 miles. I guess 1,000 miles on a charge, I guess, is what that looks like there. All right, Apple starts to grab more cash grabbiness. Apple Fitness Plus launches this coming Monday. Starts at $10 a month. So if you're looking to blow an extra $10 bill every month, you can go ahead and start giving all of your health data to Apple to store on their servers, where it will be used for all sorts of fun and bad and nefarious little things. All right. So that is really what Apple's up to here. You can see it's got the smartwatch stuff going over. It's got, you know, the phone stuff. You can do the tablet type stuff. Oh, look at this. You can schedule things with trainers. You can even fight and compete with your friends and stuff. You can sync it up to your pads and your TVs. All sorts of great things. Excellent stuff. Great. For $10, you too can put all your health data in somebody else's data servers, where will be used against you in very nefarious ways. There you have it, folks. That's exciting. Except I forgot I'm on the business section, on the privacy section. They all blend in at this point. I don't know. Google and Facebook set a showdown for Australian publishers over the news media bargaining code. So this one here is following in on the where the government says, hey, you can't show the news. Now they're kind of changing things around so they can show the news. They just have to pay them for some of the advertising that the news media is going to be missing for it. So Facebook and Google are in on these guys. And basically what they're looking at is a way to keep the news in the search results, because that's where people are looking for it, but also make sure that the publishers of those news articles still get paid. So the idea is Google's going to take some of the ad revenue it makes from showing the article and share it with the news media sources. So that's where the current discussion about this, over in Australia is going on right now. FTC and 47 states file suits to break up Instagram and WhatsApp from Facebook. So one of the conditions of buying Instagram and buying WhatsApp was that Facebook was not actually going to merge any data together. They were going to keep them all completely separate and run as all separate companies. But then one by one, the Zuck got zucked over with all of the people who ran the other companies. The original developers left, and then they just kind of merged them all in to the point now where, hey, any Facebook property, whether it's Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram, can all cross-sort data with each other. This is particularly bad, particularly like WhatsApp is very widely used across the world. Facebook company, though, Facebook company. And as it's being used around the world like that, basically you can feed data in. Of course, Oculus is doing the same thing. No word if Oculus is involved. But now a whole lot of state attorney generals, 47, that's a lot, 47 and the FTC are all filing antitrust suits against Facebook, alleging that the company abused its power in the marketplace to neutralize competitors through acquisitions and prevent anyone else from presenting a more privacy-friendly alternative to consumers. So that's actually, it'd be interesting to see where this goes. And the big news of the week, this happened, of course, in UK, is a new law. Now in the US, it looks like this is going to come here as well. It's going to prevent carriers from locking phones. Now, I do have some interesting questions about this. Now, when I did the UK video, some people did say, oh yeah, people still do payment plans on phones out there. So the question is this actually going to do anything? Because a large portion of people basically lease their phone from the company. And if you still owe money on the phone, they do not have any obligation to unlock it. I can't go down to Verizon and continue to make payments to Verizon on a phone and have them unlock the phone and make payments on the phone to Verizon while I'm using the phone with T-Mobile. I can't do that. They carrier lock it in that respect. But once I own the phone, this is where this is going. Once you own the phone, now you will actually have the ability to unlock it so that you can use it at other places. So no matter where you got the phone, you can use it. But being as that most Americans are still leasing their phones, which you shouldn't do, guys. If you need to lease your phone and pay monthly for it, you're buying too much phone, okay? It's a phone. If you can't pay cash for it, you're paying too much. You could take a couple $100 down to Best Buy and you can buy a phone outright in cash and activate it with any carrier that you want. Okay, that's what you should be doing. Sure, I know you want the latest and greatest ripoff, but the fact of the matter is, if you got to do it on payments, you can't afford it. Stop taking out payments on everything. Go out, take a couple $100, scrape together a few hundred, go down and get whatever phone you can afford. Use that and then save your payment to yourself. And then when you're sick of that phone, go down and get the next upgrade up that you want. And then keep the other one around for in case you drop yours. And that's called insurance. That's what you should do. But still, if you are actually buying your phones and you don't have anything to owe, now it does appear is that phones will not be able to be unlocked. Now, Verizon generally allows unlocking of their phones once you've paid them off. AT&T generally has not. So whatever that happens to be worth. All right, well, before we move on to the next section, if you want to help support the channel, have a look at ExpressVPN. This is one of the VPNs I'm going to recommend. Now, not everybody buys a VPN. Sorry, Ben Shapiro, if you're using your VPN, once you log into Facebook, you've de-anonymized yourself. Okay? But really, there are legitimate reasons to need a VPN. If you need to get around geo restrictions, if you are just trying to hide from your ISP and you don't care about the VPN company, or better case, you're using coffee shops a lot lately. I'm going to take my Mac down there and sip some lattes in Starbucks. I might want to attach that bad boy to a VPN. I don't want anyone to know I'm at Starbucks, really. But anyway, there are legitimate reasons. You can have a look at ExpressVPN, tlm.li/EV if you'd like to help support the channel. Let's go ahead and have a look at some smart news next. All right, I got the coof. All righty, let's see. Happy birthday, Gimp. Absolutely. Mesa 20.303 is one that slowed the PC down to the point where Windows 10 feels faster. Ugh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. 2050 kids are going to kill themselves with the first, first Sakona when they cry, yeah. Kids these days are not as wimpy and snowflakey as you think. Yeah, they are. Let's see, but Facebook is going to get an antagonist of 1984. Yeah, that's right. Facebook unlikely to survive the 20s and 30s. Yeah, it may not. I mean, most of their user base is much older. All right, let's have a look over here. Martians kidnap Santa again. Yeah. At least they did over here in Pennsylvania. We got new restrictions. You know, further trying to whittle away our right to freely assemble. I'm probably going to do a video about that. If I do, it will be probably a BitChute exclusive because, yeah, that's the type of stuff that gets banned off YouTube. Not on the BitChute channel, bitchute.com/switchedtolinux. Go ahead and check it out. Mums to work, switch to Linux. The galactic rules changed 2 hours ago. Yeah. Walmart saying that the flu kills... and to get a flu shot. It's never ending. Yeah. Almost needed to boot MX Linux when I discovered the Mesa bug. Uh-oh. Yeah, if it gets that bad, I can always boot that system into Linux Mint instead. One time it deleted the sudoers file. Yeah, whoops. Needs to make grabbing a layer and working on it not so cumbersome. Yeah, I would agree with that. There's definitely some things they want to do. Car's a weird shape, yeah. Looks like high school students designed the car, yeah. How can we make it look cool? Proof of Martians. Mad when my doctor went from a paper to digital and people are now giving their health info for free and paying $10 a month. I know, right? Yeah. So dead in a traffic accident. Yeah, that car will probably not survive a traffic accident. District 9, there you go. I pay $300 for my unlocked phone. I can go with any carrier. Yep, there you go. Buy a nice laptop for the price of a phone. I'm telling you, yeah. Mesa 2303 there. Is it slow for you? Wolf got the fake COVID. Yeah. And that's as I'm reading through the Vision of the Anointed again, it just makes so much sense. So like the governor of our state got COVID, right? And he claims on Twitter that he has been 100% following his recommendations. So he's either lying or they don't work. Okay? One of your two choices. They're either lying or your restrictions aren't working. Which is it, kind sir? Give me creatures. Let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our smart techiness. And our first article in Smart Tech. Logitech is the next to join the realm of stupid doorbell spyware. Logitech's new Circle. God, these guys get more innovative than this. It's Ring to Circle. Oh. The Circle View wired doorbell is the first to support HomeKit. Hey, the good news, HomeKit. Bad news, yeah, it only works on Apple smart home devices. So you have to be using Apple's smart home setup to use the spyware doorbell from Logitech. Logitech, please don't go insane. I do kind of like your stuff, but if you're doing this kind of stuff, I'm afraid what data collection you're using through my mouse. First debuted the HomeKit Secure. This is Apple first debuted it in 2019, taking some time for developers to adopt the system because it's atrociously expensive. I can't talk apparently. Here you go. Here's your exterior camera. Oh, look at this. This lady came by to stare at it. Is she from The Ring? She's from The Ring. Ring. You know, that's exciting. So anyway, Logitech. Oh boy. Cruise has apparently started driverless testing. This guy here is skeptical, but you know, if we start seeing people dying more in the streets by these robo cars, you guys ever know, like, is anybody else out there frustrated that they're now using our streets to beta test self-driving cars without anybody in there with them? We don't need this, guys. We don't need this. No. Like, we need to address who is liable when one of these self-driving cars kills somebody before we open them up on the streets. Politicians, are you listening? We need to figure this out first. We need to figure out who's liable. We need to figure out a method, and we need to make it fast. Because if I've just been run over by your self-driving car, I need to know that I'm going to be covered pretty quickly without having to just sit there on a Supreme Court case for the next 5 years figuring it out while I'm going bankrupt due to the medical bills from your self-driving vehicle that's gone homicidal. All right, we need to figure this out. But apparently now we got all sorts of people now testing self-driving cars with no safety drivers in roads. You know, even after that one thump. And now we have an electronic self-driving tractor takes farming to a whole level. Well, it's electronically self-driving itself, doing all your farming type stuff. It's also mapping out your fields and figuring out the best placement for all of your individual things. Definitely it's an interesting Definitely an interesting thing here. So the idea is the zero emissions powertrain, deep learning technology to report back on plant and crop health, will plot out your fields for you. Basically, hey, deploy it and it goes. Let's see. Modern Farm is pretty neat. Ask me, it's coming next fall for $50,000. They'll take a $500 refundable deposit for the first units shipping out in 2021. $50,000 for a tractor, though, is not actually all that bad in this modern day. So definitely interesting. I'm going to ask my farmer what he thinks about that next time I swing by his place for milk. All right, guys. Well, if you would like to help support the channel in any way, we do have, we'll feature my book today, Synaptergy. This is my science fiction novel. And you can head on over to the website, synaptergy.com or tlm.li/s. You can read the first chapter. Let me go ahead and allow SoundCloud there. So you can read the first chapter. You can listen to the first 5 minutes of the book over here on the SoundCloud account. And there is a list of where to get it. Just as of note, I have discovered a bug, thanks to Troy for finding this actually. For some reason, the digital files are not showing up. I played with this thing for a long time today, testing things. If you order a digital file from me at the author website, you will need to wait for me to get you the direct link. I'm aware of the problem. I'm not going to try and mess around with that software. I'm just going to dump the software and change to a new one when I can. But nevertheless, you can still buy them. I'll just have to manually get you the links. You can get them from Amazon, Audible, iTunes for both ebook and audiobook. We have Kobo, ebook and audiobook, Barnes & Noble, ebook, audiobooks, IndieBound. I think IndieBound has ebooks and audiobooks, but I can't remember for sure. Audiobooks, Books A Million, Google, Scribd, and over there in the UK, there's 123 Price Check is a good place where they will conglomerate all the different deals you guys can get over in the UK. So you can head on over there to synaptergy.com or tlm.li/s if you are interested in the book Synaptergy. Whoa, are we actually going to finish? I think we're actually going to finish on time today, too. All right, let's see. More spying devices, please, Logitech, don't do it. I know. All right, more killing machines on the streets, yeah. No issues with that Mesa driver yet, no FPS dropping or anything. Logitech is becoming worse ever since the rebranding. Oh, boy, yeah. I have actually noticed, like, I have some Logitech stuff that's, like, older Logitech stuff that's, like, 5-7 years old that has been through the ringer and still alive. This new crap I get, like, I have to buy a new mouse, like, every other week. And it's not the old one that's dying. Not every other week. Like, I'd say about every 6 months to a year, I need to replace Logitech stuff. I think this keyboard here, I think, has been going on 2 years now. I think I bought it over the Christmas break 2 years ago. The mouse that came with it has since died. I got this one, which is okay. This one's actually getting old enough that the branding, the new logo, is starting to wear off of it. That's exciting. Yeah, the Logitech is not the good company it used to be. They used to be really good stuff, but you go to the store, we got Logitech and we got Microsoft. Is there anything else out there that's good? I don't know. The circle came out broken. Uh-oh. Installing Sparky Linux. Very nice. Does Arch test anything or they just push it out? No, they just push it out. It's the Windows 10 of Linux. The users are the beta testers. Okay, guys, come on. Need milk and cookies now. Hey, I just made cream-filled cupcakes. Cream-filled cupcakes. Oh, well, I never bought old Logitech cheap gear on eBay. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it if your brother does when he sees a camera. Oh, yeah. Snap. By the way, my brother and I did launch out our new YouTube channel, if you have not yet seen it. And let me pull it up for you guys. I'll drop it in the chat there in case you haven't seen it yet. But it is called TNT POV. And we are discussing a variety of different things. I don't know why the thing still says we have 2 videos. We clearly have 3. So there's the new channel, TNT POV. We're trying to do about a video a week-ish. So we're basically taking crazy argument, crazy things in the world going on and discussing them from two different points of view because, I lean right, he leans left, and we have all sorts of fun stuff. But you can head on over to there. Let's see, there's that. You can head on over to the channel there. We got 3 videos. These are also coming out in podcast form as well. You can head on over to the website, tntpov.com, which is not particularly well built out. We're just kind of throwing stuff on there right now. But if you want to head on over to... Oh, crap. I don't have the podcast link up there. I thought I had the podcast link. I got to put the podcast links up there. Oh, you know what? I think they are. If you click in on an episode, there's a podcast feed for the local feed. You can go ahead and grab the podcast for the local feed. When we have about 5 to 7 of these, I'm going to go ahead and push them out to get them on all the different podcast sources. But you can have a look at the channel over there if you want to see the nature versus nurture argument be put to death because we are 100% opposites. All right, let's see. I need my Sillyville. Where's my Sillyville? There we are. All right. Oh, Not Gary has seen some driverless cars in California. Every time, I tell you, I wince every time I see a Tesla coming by. I'm afraid of those things. The argument that self-driving cars are more safe than humans cannot confirm these arguments. Actually, according to the research that's been done lately, they're saying actual drivers are way safer than autonomous drivers. Self-driving cars are not safer. The thing is that we don't have many accidents on those. Yeah, that's because there's like 1/1 billionth of them on the street, okay? There's what, 5 going through every major city? Arch is Windows 10 of Linux. Tom, I know, right? I'll get some hate for that comment, that's for sure. Self-driving cars, liability is easier in Norway and everything seems easier here. But if a car hits something or someone, the insurance of the offending car takes the hit. If the owner is to blame, they are retroactively seeking to reimburse from the expenses of the registered owner. A car cannot have a license plate unless it is insured. Company cannot uninsure it until it receives a verification. The plates are turned over to the motor registrar, so it falls on the registered owner, but I believe our politicians are looking into it. Apparently YouTube cannot get their head together, but you can do all work nonsense. Yeah, that's a nice 15-year-old GIF. Nice, Gnostic. Over on Discord. Very nice. TNT POV sounds unwholesome. Yeah, it's not the family-friendly show this is. We'll put it that way. TNT POV is fun to watch. There you go. Brother and I are the same. My brother is different, as my father says. I guess the seed was damaged. All right. Let's head on over to Sillyville and wrap this show up, shall we? Just a couple articles, actually. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the Sillyville edition, where we will have nonsense going on. This first one, I don't know. I was thinking about putting it in nonsense, but I thought, okay, if parents need to get this type of lowdown from Netflix about what their kids are watching, maybe you should preview what your kids are watching a little bit more. I know, I hear the argument, you guys watching kids, I do not want to watch one more episode of Dora the Explorer. I get that. I used to watch a kid that Dora the Explorer was the favorite show, and I felt that I left the house every single time with fewer brain cells than I showed up with, okay? It was that bad. But nevertheless, they are pushing out the app, which will have the various things. Top themes. Oh, look at this. Early learning. Oh, it scores high on early learning. It has scores medium on science, and it scores a little low on the nature. That's really good. I'd like to see the woke score. No, how about this? How about this? This is Netflix. Hey, Netflix, want to show me the pedo score? How pedophilic is this show? You seem to have a lot of those. I mean, really. Wowzers, some stuff that's on there. But yeah, I mean, why you'd put your kids over here. But anyway, for you parents that don't want to monitor what your kids are watching, you can go ahead and rely on Netflix new kid-friendly app system there to tell you what all is in there, so you can be a little bit less of a parent and pass off your babysitting skills on other people. I still want to see that wokeness and pedo score pushed out by Netflix, so I would really like to see that. That would be epic. ACLU sells a I Read Banned Books shirt while its lawyers are advocating for burning books. Yeah. So they're like, yeah, we're all about free speech and censorship. Except one of their top lawyers is trying to get a book, they're trying to get the book Irreversible Damage banned. Irreversible Damage is a book that talks about the transgender craze. This is the subtitle, The Transgender Craze Seducing Our Daughters, written by Abigail Schreier. The ACLU, at least a person working for the ACLU, does not want that book out there because it has a counter narrative to raise serious questions and honest questions about the transgender movement. Now, whether or not you agree with the transgender movement or do not agree with the transgender movement, I hope that you can agree that having some discussion about the merits, the pros, and the cons are a good thing. And this is simply information that will address what is right now considered the counter narrative, and it's the narrative that a lot of these big tech companies don't want to hear. The ACLU used to defend people's rights no matter what because they were a constitutional group. Now they have just become as crazy woke as everybody else. You agree with us or we're going to try and ban you too. So one of their lawyers is trying to ban this particular book. Meanwhile, the whole group's like, I read banned books because we stand for free speech. Oh, shut up. Stop being hypocrites. Literally, just stop being hypocrites. I don't care where you fall on any of these things. Just don't try and ban books while you sell merchandise talking about I read banned books because I stand for free speech. I'm sorry, free speech means free speech. It doesn't mean free speech as long as it agrees with me. All right? Just a thought, but that is definitely a silly piece of data there. The angry Duolingo makes the Duolingo app icon look angry when notifications are missed. So Duolingo apparently is a popular app for learning a new language on iOS. And if you happen to jailbreak your iPhone, you can install Angry Duolingo. And basically what it does is it takes your Duolingo and it makes your app angry when you miss the notifications. I mean, really, that's the thing, right? I mean, you're missing notifications. Your app is angry at you. Your apps are angry at you because you're not reading their notifications. Well, that went to a dark place really quickly. But anyway, that was a very, very nice, very, very fun little dystopia thingy there. Well, a typo on the AirPods Max website caused the scalpers to come on out. Now, first and foremost, I would really like to know, are these headphones that cost $1,500 US, are these any good? I mean, this is like watching Pulp Fiction when the lady orders a $5 milkshake. Now, I know $5 for a milkshake now isn't a big deal. In fact, I go into a place and, I used to before nonsense happened, go into a place, order a milkshake, it's $5. I mean, it's just ice cream and milk. But back then, you got to understand, if you have not seen Pulp Fiction or if you've just seen it when it first came out, a $5 milkshake, back in that day, a milkshake was $1, people. Okay, a milkshake cost $1. Lady orders a $5 milkshake and he's going there, $5 milkshake? That's just milk and ice cream, right? Yeah, but that's it? Nothing special? I gotta know what a $5 milkshake tastes like. These are $1,500 headphones! That's insane enough! Do they come with gold plating? What type of nonsense is this? But apparently, you can spend your $1,500 on your headphones, but this is where the typo comes into place. On the UK website, they actually wrote that it cost £309, which is about 410 US dollars, to fix the AirPod Max battery replacement. So the battery replacements were costing about 20-30%, about 30 or so percent of the actual product itself. Well, this caused scalpers to jump out there and start selling battery replacements for like $100 or sorry, 100 pounds, 150 pounds and stuff like that, to all have yourself a wonderful deal at getting your AirPod Maxes done. It was just a typo. It's fixed now, but nevertheless, the scalpers were activated because batteries. These batteries better last a long time. $1,500? My God. All right. I just... And our final story, the most requested story of the week, guys. A visit from the Galactic Federation. A former Israeli government official claims that the Galactic Federation of Aliens is working with U.S. in secret. Now, I gotta tell, if you follow this channel for a while, you will know I have converted myself to a reptilian alien, okay? I'm a reptilian alien. My kitty is actually a full alien. He was born that way. He is my handler. That's why he's always around. And I got some clearance to tell you a little bit more about this. Because I myself am a reptilian alien. I converted from that so I can get off of this rock when the bad stuff comes. I visited the moon base, or the Mars base they're talking about here, gone past there. I've been on the Mars base. I go out to Neptune for some excellent coffee out there from time to time. And I got to tell you, this is all 100% true. Because I've seen it all with my own eyes. Yes, I have. So, he says, this is Chaim Eshed, and he did not have authorization to tell this. That's why I had to rush to get my authorization in. So, Chaim Eshed, he was the head of Israel's Defense Ministry's Space Directorate for 30 years, and he told them that the unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here because humanity is not yet ready. Luckily, it seems that the Alien Federation is friendly and that the members have made agreements to the U.S. government to share research as it seeks to understand the fabric of the universe. And I got news for you guys. The aliens are pulling out. We won't be seeing as many of them because they're like, you guys have lost your ever-loving minds. Let's get out of here. So anyway, there's no needs to be invaded. No, we scared them away. Our own sheer stupidity scared the aliens away. They added that part of the agreement includes an underground base in the depths of Mars where American and alien representatives can perhaps enjoy a drink together. I've been to that establishment. I've had a drink with the aliens. It was great. I get some great friends who are greats too. I mean, Paul, that was based on, that's autobiographical. I'm a friend of Paul. I mean, come on. There's an agreement between the U.S. government and the aliens. They signed a contract with us to do experiments here, he said, sounding vaguely ominous. Yeah, Donald Trump was about to blast our secret. We did convince him not to. And then we rigged the election so that Biden would win. So, you know, because space aliens. And Eshed said that he has now chosen to come forward with this revelation as attitudes toward the idea of aliens have changed. If I come up with what I'm saying today 5 years ago, I would have been hospitalized, he said. But today they're talking differently. I have nothing to lose. I've received many degrees and awards, and I'm respected in universities. Now, of course, he all said this just because he's writing a book about it, and this was an excellent press release. Kudos, sir, for your amazing press release. You got me talking about it, but his recent book, The Universe Beyond the Horizon, that's it. Now, there's some other reports that I had read that the guy's saying, yeah, it's pretty much just a book, book promotional tour. So anyway, that is the report from the Galactic Federation. It's all 100% true. And that's all we have to say about it, guys. Let me know your thoughts about the Galactic Federation. Before I let you go, though, I actually used to live right next to a place where there actually is, if you pilots are aware of this, some of you guys might be aware of this if you've flown out west at all, there is actually an airport called the Greater Green River Area Intergalactic Spaceport. I used to live right next to it. Unfortunately, the county stopped putting up signs for the airport because everyone would steal them. Because who would not want a sign that says the Greater Green River Area Intergalactic Spaceport? There is a fabulous story behind it. They renamed it that back in 1994 when a meteor hit Jupiter, and the city council of that city apparently had nothing else to go on because it was in the middle of the desert out west and nothing ever goes on out there. They extended an invitation for any Martians fleeing Jupiter. I guess it would have Juperians, I guess. Martians implies Mars. Any Juperians escaping Jupiter because of this extended an operation. They literally had a city council vote, and they voted 3-2 to rename their landing strip the Greater Green River Area Intergalactic Spaceport. The two dissenting votes, one of them said, we already have an illegal alien problem, and the other one said, I have no idea how we would land a spaceship on top of the mountain. True story, hilarious, but there it is. Let me know, guys, your thoughts on all this in the comments down below. Alrighty. Driverless car crashes into the forest, doesn't make a sound. Door never really explored anything, and Bob the Builder only fixed things. He never built anything. Ooh, nice. Showed my niece Beavis and Butthead. No more Dora the Explorer. My sister hates me. Transgender yourself. I was appalled when I read paragraphs from that book. All right. Let's see. If you thought new Logitech stuff was bad at the MS stuff, look at their mice broke in 2 weeks by melting in my USB port. Ew, that's not good. Duolingo is not just iOS. I used it on Android until I got bored with it. There you go. $1,500 for headphones. I know, right? Skull Candy cost me $20. I know. Hey, my Skull Candy. I started, the first couple videos I did on this channel were with a Skull Candy $10 pair of headphones with a built-in mic. They were atrocious. It'd be better if Windows didn't smell like Limburger cheese after an air cut up for 3 weeks. And cost professional series headphones I bought in 75 were $50. No clue how much they'd be now. Yeah. Probably about 200 would be my random guess. Wouldn't be surprised if people got silver-plated headphones. Gold wouldn't look as good. I also used to know people, those type of people in high school. Yeah. Israel is full of BS. Yeah, well, maybe not. Let's see. Knew many years ago the aliens existed and the government knows. They're now working together. No news here. I know. Some of the aliens have been members of Congress for several years. Yeah. A matter of time before the alien false flag incident. Yeah. What I want to know is, are they little green aliens or are they the grays? Grays. There's the grays and there's the reptilians. What's the difference between a girl from USC and a parrot? You can teach a parrot to say no. Oh! Oh. 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 Ooh. Aliens are us from the future. Can't interact because it could mess up the space-time continuum. Seen it with my own eyes. This planet is nuts. See you on Mars tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be out. I'll be over there at the coffee shop like what? About what, 3 o'clock tomorrow. If you're there, you know, we'll catch a coffee. Sunglasses on Congress, the entire left side looks like Nancy Pelosi without makeup. Jupiter is a gas planet. Yes, it is. But it still had a meteor crash into it, and it caused a huge debate in 1994. See ya, Kay. Not gonna let my son watch Higurashi when they cry violent anime and probably get in trouble. Read some books. I thought I was a conspiracy. Dismissed jailbreaking phones. UFOs are here. Armor 3 contract on Linux. It's alien campaign. There's an interesting bang every time I put down like spring sounds. Oh yeah, listen to that. You know what I think it is? Yeah, it's the springs on the new microphone stands. Because I got a couple. Whoop, I gotta move that Mac out of the way though. I got a couple microphone arms. It's the springs on the microphone arms doing it. All right. Well, I think it is about time to feed the beast. Let's go ahead and feed the kitty cat, and then we'll get out of here because it's 10:30. Don't forget, tomorrow we have we'll have the CentOS discussion tomorrow at noon. I might miss the comments, so I won't be able to interact with you guys live, unfortunately. But it will go live on a premiere. I try and be here for those, but I will just have to nothing I can do to get around getting that package. So we'll do that. All right, let's feed the kitty cat, and then we'll jump out of here. Yeah, you getting your kitties, getting your kitty treats. Yeah, you are getting your kitty treats. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's temptations. It's temptations. Oh boy. Oh boy. One more. I think I'd give you one more today. Are they finger licking good? They are. They're finger licking good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you enjoy your chair. We got about 10 or 15 minutes left on my chair because I'm going to steal that. All right. Alrighty, let's check a little look at the last couple ones. Might have a Chewy Center. Kitty Sniper. Oh, that's epic. That's epic. Love it. Very cool. Send a ticket, the violinist, I guess. We're having coffee at 3. Oh, yeah. Get the violinist a ticket there to have coffee tomorrow. All right, guys, we will catch you later. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will catch you guys.